Hey, what's happening, guys? So apparently when you post a YouTube video like this, so I just bought what I think is the cheapest CBR1000 in Cape Town. Then you get a lot of these. A lot of hey Clayton, I just saw another bike for you. Hey, you should buy this one. Hey, here's another one for your YouTube videos. So yeah, I went out and I checked out this bike. Well, let's take a look quickly. This is the 2007 CBR1000. The other one was a 2004. Both of them are in Repsol colors. This one had a front smash, and there's a couple of pieces missing. The front nose cone is completely gone, destroyed. I'm gonna need a headlight. I'm gonna need some fairings, among other things. But yeah, so looking at this bike, everything that was wrong with the bike I was happy with. Spares wasn't really going to be much of an issue because it's a fairing kit. Headlights, the front loom was damaged, which is the short loom. But the only thing that did bother me was the frame where you mount your top bracket to, the clock fairing mount, the clock bracket. The one bolt was damaged, and to weld cast aluminium isn't easy. You need to find someone that can do the work for you. So this is now my only concern, and I need to do my homework properly to make sure that this thing can be repaired. Otherwise the whole bike is a waste. I'll have to buy another frame. Also the cost to repair would then determine the what I should be paying for this bike. Yeah, so those of you who know me would know that my first Honda was a 2007 HRC CBR1000. That bike was amazing. It was immaculate. The previous owner really looked after it very well. There's a guy in Cape Town called Julian at Superbike Solutions. He did the suspension, he dyno tuned that bike, he had a power commander on it. Yeah, so the bike was very well looked after, and for me, that being my first introduction to superbikes, coming from a 400 and then 1100, it really changed my perception of what a motorbike could really be. So it was my first Honda, and that was back in 2010, and ever since then I've always had a love for the 2006 2007 shape, and unfortunately I've just never been able to find one again. I've had the 045s, I've had the 08, I've been on a 2012, but I've just never been able to get my hands on a 2007. So for that reason, this one really interested me a lot. It really tickled my fancy, and I had to actually make an effort to go and look at it. That's why I went to look at it, and to see if it was feasible. And it was. I went out to look at it, and the bike seemed in pretty good nick, but as I explained, this was my biggest worry. To repair this, we'll need to weld it with cast aluminium, and obviously that's my biggest issue. Your forks will need to come out, the engine actually needs to come out, the next bearings needs to come out, so that the whole frame can be heated up and this can be repaired. It's not a big job, it's a very small job, but to get there is the big problem. Yeah, but for me to bring the bike home, I had to replace my clutch reservoir. This was completely shattered. The rear, what is this, the gear lever had to be replaced. Luckily we had spares, and this is the biggest concern. The whole front loom is tied up here on the side, cable tied. This is what's supposed to be going to the clocks and your indicators. This is going to my what is this, bank sensor. My ignition is completely disconnected. The key is non-existent. So we've got two live wires sitting here. So in order for me to start the bike, I actually have to bridge these wires together. the fuel pump primes. Not always, as there is a fault somewhere in this spaghetti junction, and the bike starts. So that's a good thing. So in order for me to repair it, I need to replace the stop fairing loom. I need to repair this weld, replace the whole front section here. My side fairings are another issue. They're aftermarket plastics. You can see here it's white versus your normal black plastic. These are also plastics. It's not your normal OEM rubber plastic or normal plastic. This is fiberglass. So these are going to get chucked. The stank still looks amazing, but I don't think I'm going to go Repsol colors again. The frame is silver, which is a Repsol frame. The forks are gold, which is a Repsol gold. Repsol forks, and so are my orange wheels. The rest of the bike has minor issues, but nothing to be concerned about. So how quickly can I repair this? It's all dependent on this fork, this bolt that needs to be drilled. Once that's done, let's see what spares we can get. We have spares. So I've managed to secure a fairing kit. Unfortunately, I've got a white tank with a silver fairing kit. You'll see this is proper OEM plastics. It's not that fiberglass stuff. So this actually moves and bends like it's supposed to. These are OEM fairing colors, original silver. Some of it needs some work, but for now, it's enough to at least get me on the road. So the white tank, I'll see what I can do to replace it with a silver one. Otherwise, we'll wrap it. We've got a headlight, reasonably new, in decent condition. We've got a top fairing bracket with clocks and a clock loom, and then a main loom to sort out any hiccups in the other loom, especially where the fuse box mounts to the frame, because there's a short there somewhere. So yeah, let's see if we can get this bike done. My next step is to obviously drop the motor and send the frame away to be repaired. Don't know when that will happen, but I must find a guy I found a guy already that can weld it for me. I just need to get a hold of him, check his availability. So yeah, that's that. In the next video, that will probably be me taking out the engine, taking off the frame, sending the frame away. But yeah, tune in next time. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, do all of that sort of stuff that people do on YouTube. And see you soon. And next.